All right, so I'm going to be tying a size 16 Holo Quill Nymph. It's a great imitation for blowing olive nymphs, which we have good hatches in the spring and fall. It's also a good imitation for just smaller nymphs of other kinds. So there's always smaller bugs around any time of year. So this is always a good confidence fly for me. So this is a size 16 of the CZ mini jig and a 3mm inverting bead. So this is just olive 70 denier thread. So you can use Danville, UTC. I like both, and they lay pretty flat. And sometimes I'll go around the front of that inverting bead just to lock it in. I'll build up a little bit just where that bead stops moving. You can put a drop of glue on it if you want to, but this one seems to be pretty secure. I got my cocktail tail. There's probably 4 or 5 fibers on there. It can be pretty sparse. If you want to measure it out, it's usually about the length of the hook shank here. Might pull it. The other trick with cocktail feathers, if you tie them in long, you can put a couple thread wraps and then you can pull it shorter. It's just a little bit easier to get it set. And then for every wrap, I tend to pull it back to the top so it doesn't wrap around the hook. And then I'll stop right around where the barb would be. You can use a barbless hook or a barbed one on this one. Either one would work. I'm going to spin the bobbin counterclockwise just to flatten that out. And then I'm going to build a little taper here because it's going to be a quill body nymph, so I don't have dubbing or anything else to hide any imperfections here. And every nymph has a tapered body, so you always want that natural shape. And this is a Peacock Quill. This is a Polish quill. They're hand stripped. These are great. They're just kind of hard to find right now. Luckily, I bought a lot of them when they were available. They just seem to be a little bit better than some of the other ones that are out. It helps sometimes if you wet these a little bit. It keeps them from breaking on you. Or you can soak them in water a little bit. Let's see if I get lucky and this one doesn't break. They can be a little short. That's why this material works better on smaller flies, because try to do a bigger one, sometimes the quill isn't long enough. Almost to the front. I got a little bit left here. If you get that secure, sometimes you can just break this. There we go. They're pretty fragile, so once you get that tight, make sure you're pulling on your bobbin, and if you wiggle the quill, it'll break off. And I got this medium Vivus holographic tinsel, and this will fill in that gap between the bead and the quill. Also adds a little shine to the fly. A lot of blowing olive nymphs have a little iridescent look to them. So I got 3 wraps here before I tie it off. So if you did a smaller fly, you can probably just get 1. And that'd be fine, but I had a little bit more gap there. Whip finish, cut the thread off. So there's that little tag of the tinsel. You can use nail polish for this. This is a UV nail polish for the wing case, and it'll, if you have a bump from the tinsel, you can use this to cover it up. Sometimes it takes a couple coats to get it to look perfect. I don't know if the fish really care, but it does look a little bit better. That looks good. So cure that, and then some Solar as bone dry. I just coat the whole thing. So I usually cure it so it's at least set enough to touch, and if I want, I can put it near my window or something, let the sunlight hit it, and it'll cure 100%. But that's it.